I love bad movies.
Tell me, why'd you kill the massacre? Tell me! What? Who told you that?
I think some of my favorite movie experiences are sitting down with a group of friends watching the worst of what cinema has to offer.
How could you have done this? How could you have committed suicide?
Sometimes what filmmakers get wrong is just as fascinating, if not more so, than filmmakers getting things right. No one sets out to make a bad project. A bad project comes from team miscommunication, lack of technical knowledge, and worst of all, laziness. So it got me thinking, what is the worst song ever made? So I'm going to go on rateyourmusic.com and sorting by the lowest rated anything in my attempts to find the worst song ever made. This is, I guess, the worst of Rate Your Music episode 1. Earth is what happens when a noble cause is exploited by lazy, money-hungry people preying on good intentions. I found Lil Dicky the same way everyone else did, when the video for Ex-Boyfriend started getting viral, and for the time I thought it was great. I mean, I didn't find many of his songs particularly funny or anything, but his flow was okay, and filled the gap for someone interested in this style like Wax or 3 Loco. After professional rapper
did very well despite average reviews.
Dicky retreated from music, and has only released singles since then. Ah, shit. Yeah, that exists. Try to forget about it. I'm sure I'll cover this one too, no doubt. Back to the singles. 2018 Dicky gave us a fuck's sake, that one's even worse! Both projects are at the bottom 50 of Rate Your Music, but nothing is as bad as his crowning achievement of his career, his magnum opus, Earth. And as I said before, the message of environmental awareness is quite noble, especially now when it's at the front of our political debate. There is a lot to discuss and unpack, and music is a great place to present ideas. Lil Dicky promised proceeds to the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation and had celebrities from all over the world to step in and do their duty. But in reality, this song is the laziest waste of time and money I can think of. All I can think about when listening to this song is the fucking Stereotype song Ray William Johnson did, which on paper was a message of peace and love, but the crude humor put to it completely cancels out any good intentions. Instead of someone putting actual time and effort in convincing someone how beautiful the earth is, they paid Justin Bieber probably an insane amount of money to voice a monkey bragging how huge his anus is. It's just 5 minutes of the equivalent of celebrities getting up, saying their name, and sitting back down. At least the Haiti We Are the World recreation of the Michael Jackson song has them all singing together, the entire message of the song being unity. Earth, on the other hand, has one of the laziest hooks in recent memory. No energy, no technique, no heart, no message. It just feels 100% ingenuine and artificial. And I can imagine Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, and Dan Aykroyd all together singing. I can imagine Wyclef Jean, Celine Dion, and Kanye West singing together. Well, first of all, they couldn't even get fucking Kanye in this one. It feels so formulaic, I honestly can't imagine more than 2 people being in the studio at one time. I can't imagine this performed live. I can't imagine any reason this was made other than to make money. They took one look at the original song being the first ever single to go quadruple platinum. Like if they raised $100 million for charity, imagine how much they pocketed for themselves. Even if it was a purely selfless effort on Michael Jackson's point, I can't say I hold this version in the same charitable line. Pitchfork called it a money laundering scheme, and since its release, there have been 0 public statements declaring how much money has been raised and donated. You can't make this shit up. Lil Dicky is at an impasse of his career where he wants to be taken seriously as a musical artist, but refuses to evolve past this bullshit comedy rap, which is almost dead on arrival. Upon listening to Lil Dicky, the first time, his jokes are cute and novel, but there's no shelf life here, especially this type of low-brow humor bullshit that wasn't even funny the first time. How many times are you going to hear Shawn Mendes pretend that he's a rhino and say he's horny and think that's the best thing ever? Or at the very least sit through it and not feel secondhand embarrassment? I knew the song was bad, but I wasn't prepared for how mad I would get at such a stupid waste of everyone's time and money. I'm sure there is a die-hard fan out there, rocking the sick merch, citing all the references to endangered animals, maybe laugh at Wiz Khalifa saying the word butthole. Someone out there probably has this as their #1 song, and that's fine. but all I can guarantee is that it isn't Leonardo DiCaprio's favorite song.
Any words, Leo? This might be my favorite song ever.
Yeah, okay. That pretty much says it all, doesn't it?